Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's coverage of the 4th season of the NASCAR Class C Maconi Fixed Series. This evening we're excited to bring you top split action for the weekly straight to field race for the virtual Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Maconi Entertainment is here to bring you action from all types of racing, including the top split for this series, the Road to Pro Series, and Fast Fridays. No matter what you're racing, we can bring the action to life. My name's Justin Prince, alongside for tonight's action, Jeremy Briggs. DJ Line is working the controls as our producer here from Pocono. To start things off here, Jeremy, it's the tricky triangle. It's called that way for a good reason. It's one of the most difficult tracks on the circuit with 3 incredibly unique corners that drivers need to master to get to victory lane. With that in mind for tonight, what do you expect to see for these trucks to start the week?
Well, good evening, JP. Welcome everybody to the broadcast. I'm ready for an exciting night tonight. Like you said, this 2.5 mile tricky triangle is going to be tricky. Every corner is different. It's going to be high drafting going into these turns too. These trucks really punch a big hole in the air, and it really just gives a good opportunity for the trucks behind them to really suck up and make some moves, and some late moves going into the turns. Let's take a look at our schedule.
Yes, this is the 5th week of the campaign out of the 12 to battle for the championship. A lot of people taking the drop week last time in Mid-Ohio, Jeremy, but this is the start of a stretch of oval races all the way to mid-August here that are not going to be easy because you've got Pocono, you've got a short track, you've got super speedway style racing 2 weeks in a row, and of course, Richmond, another short track.
Looks like the upcoming schedule's got just a little bit of everything right now, and I'm sure these drivers are kind of excited to get a little bit of break from the road courses till about, like you said, the middle of August. Let's see what the trick is going to be tonight to get to victory lane.
Did a little pun there, but the championship looks like this after last week. Jalen Hadkamp jumped up to 2nd after the run we've seen at Mid-Ohio. Expecting to see him as well, potentially for Watkins Glen. We'll see how the points shuffle throughout time, but Diego Vera leading the way coming in. Caleb Johnson, Keaton Jones, Blake Ray, your top 5 entering this week. Some of the notables in the field for tonight. Adam Garza is the number 1 truck in this field. He's 6th in points. That separation, 1st to 10, currently just 112 points, give or take, so far, Jeremy.
These drivers, honestly, you know, with the way how these points work out in these official races, are actually pretty close to each other because you can gain a lot of points in one race. Like you said, we've got a couple of these drivers in the field tonight. We'll have to keep an eye on their nights and see how they go and see if they can capitalize and gain some points on the rest of the drivers.
We'll see how they are able to capitalize and how they start the week off and see which one started off right, especially in a 4,642 S.O.F. tonight. With that in mind, qualifying's already come to a close for tonight here from iRacing's virtual Pocono Raceway, which means it's just about time to see how they'll start things off tonight from the tricky triangle. It's time to go to your starting grid here tonight as they get all lined up. On the pole tonight is Perrin Huggins. He'll start alongside Chase Schaefer. Then it's Garrett Pick who will start in the 3rd spot this evening. Shaq O'Ray, your top 4. Adam Garza starts off in 5th, so alongside Ian Cole. Then, a multiple-time champion in this series, now Jonathan Evans starts off 7th. River Page will start off in the 8th spot. Your top 10 completed by Ryan Joyner, and David Snook starts things off in the 10th position.
Of course, first namer off the bat, probably going to botch this. My apologies. Justin Botello here, going to be off in 11th, just outside top 10 with Jacob Schneider on his outside in 12th. Caleb Johnson's going to be in 13th here with Wesley Parker on his outside in 14th. Rick English in 15th here. 16th will be Matt Cherry. 17th, Peyton Strickland. 18th, Logan Powers. Take a look at the rest of the field. I do not believe these drivers took times. Spencer Kasowicz here in 19th. Jameson Rodriguez in 20th. Dakota Long 21st. Ben McDonald in 22nd, Quincy Dodge 23rd, 24th, Josh Kosek.
Kosek indeed. Round out your starters.
There we go. Kosek. Man, I am not on the ball tonight.
Whew. Well, getting to the ball tonight, your Maconi Center Shop Race Analysis getting all set to go for tonight. 25 laps your distance. here from iRacing's virtual Pocono Raceway. And keep in mind, just 2 tire sets available in the pits, 1 green-white checkered available if necessary. And this is a racetrack where green-white checkers tend to happen because the intensity level picking up pretty quickly here.
Like I said earlier here in the broadcast, these long straightaways present lots of opportunities for drivers to get big drafts, make those big dives into the turns. Like you said, cautions will breed cautions possibly, but if they get strung out, we could go green all the way.
We'll see how this plays out here tonight. Your conditions, by the way, are fairly hot-ish, but not as hot as they can be because it is already near 6:30 in sim time. A late evening start means 83 degrees track temp.
Pretty close to real life on that time when we're starting here. And like you said, the track temp not too warm right now. We'll have to see how it develops and gets cooler and see what it does to these trucks as they are coming to the green flag this time, going through the short chute right back there on the back stretch, and ready for some exciting racing here, JP.
Who's your pick to win it tonight?
Man, I hate making picks on this, but I like Chaco Ray. We'll have to see how he does for me.
He'll start on the outside of row 2 here tonight. Just a 10th off the pole time. Many drivers did take part in the warm-up as well to get up to speed with what could be a draft-dependent style race and track-dependent style race from Pocono. Let's find out how tonight plays out. 25 laps on the board. Glad and happy with this here at Maconi Entertainment. Green flag is out. We're underway from Pocono. Oh, and we're already blocking to the inside. How about that block from Perrin Huggins right across the nose of Garrett Pick? They stay 2 and 3 wide, heart of the field.
Garrett Pick tried to make his shifts right there early on. Wanted to go 3 wide for the lead before they even made it to turn 1. Everybody 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Oh, we got one getting loose. I believe still going there as the leader gets some clear action. And it looks like we're single file for the first 3 now. 3 wide. Holy cow.
Ryan Joyner was the one who tried to send it on the apron for the tunnel turn. Not going to work as that ends up bundling up the field. We stay green. But the big save in the heart of the field. Garrett Pick, by the way, for that move previous. Got shuffled as far back now to 5th. Caution flag is out. It's out of turn 3. It's Logan Powers around to the back. And we're already under yellow for the first time. Powers helped around by Rick English.
I was just going to say, it was pretty impressive. We got through that lap with no caution, and as soon as the words were about to come out of my mouth, they got a little loose. So it looks like coming out of 3. We'll have to take a look at this replay and see what we got going on here.
Let's first check out what happened with Ryan Joyner, because that nearly caused the big one in the tunnel turn. I believe this is through turn 3, what we're seeing for him after the bundle up. It could have been much worse with what we've seen in the tunnel turn with him on the flat trying to make the pass inside.
And like I had said, it was pretty impressive they didn't wreck, and broadcaster's jinx was about to happen. Let's take a look at it. This is quite the move.
Yeah, already game bundle up behind Pick. And sometimes you have to be brave here to make passes. Thing is, a lot of times you show the nose, someone might not realize you're there.
There was actually quite a bit more contact than I was expecting. Tremendous save for sure early on these cold tires.
This is where the caution came. Painted Strickland on the squeeze.
Just not enough room. Looks like checked up, and the trucks behind him did not.
And that means damage for Powers already. Of course, longer caution flags here at Pocono because the track size of a couple minutes apiece. Dakota Lawn, Logan Powers amongst those coming in. Matt Cherry of Thunderclap Success is also into the pit lane this time here. So already 3 laps in this time around for the drivers. Obviously not how people would have expected the first lap to come to a close, but That's what can happen here at Pocono.
Like I said, these long straightaways, they breed a lot of opportunities on the entrances to the turns. And making it happen there early. And as we had, looks like Parrott Huggins there, back to second as Schaefer's our leader. Shaco Ray, my pick, sitting there in third. Adam Garza there in fourth, and Garrett Pick in fifth. Like you said, these pace laps are a little long, got quite the distance to cover. We'll have to see what we're coming to when we come back around this time.
Chase Schaefer, so far starting solid, is a graphic designer on the iRacing platform, actually owns his own design company that just so happens to paint a lot of paint schemes for some of those in the Arc of an Art series as well. Putting on some of his own artwork onto the car / truck here for this week.
Awesome. That's good stuff to hear, especially a graphic designer myself. I believe we just had somebody from an ARCA team reach out as well. It's a pretty cool opportunity to do things like that, especially you can just see your stuff out on the track, whether it's virtual or in the real life. It's a rewarding thing to do.
Looking like we're getting ready for the one to go signal should get here. That should bring us to about 21 laps to go when we get back racing. Yes, the signal is there from the flag stand as they get doubled up this time by. Amongst the big movers in the early going, already up from 19th to 15th, Spencer Stelwich, one of the Ryko back machines, already up some spots. Also already up a couple spots there, Jacob Snyder's up to the top 9. Jameson Rodriguez picked up a few spots, same for Ben McDonald. As many as 3 to 5 spots for some of those drivers in the early going already.
We'll have to see how this next restart plays out. Those drivers kind of a little taste of what they can do with these trucks in this, bigger pack of traffic, how our trucks are going to operate. Hopefully a little bit calmer this time, get some more green flag racing in.
And we're going to have to find out here, and we already see what happened on the initial start with the aggression. Do you expect it to be that aggressive again from the start, at the start and finish line, trying to scissor block like that? Or do you see it be a bit more tapered, so to speak, on the aggression, at least?
I didn't even expect that from the start, so I might be spitting something out of my mouth that is going to be completely inaccurate. We'll have to see how it plays out. I was really surprised that I can't remember who that was trying to make it 3 wide on a huge block. I believe there was a little bit of contact, and glad it played out the way it did, but we'll have to see how it goes here on this next restart as we're coming through the turn 3 final turn, because there is no 4th turn.
What turn 4 indeed here at this racetrack, as in control for this restart, Chase Schaefer. He'll start alongside Parrott Huggins, a series regular here. Green, green, green. Huggins got a better launch. More help by O'Reilly to the back end of Schaefer, though. Keep it side by side. It's 3 wide in the battle for about 4th or 5th spots. Oh, wow. They worked their way to turn 1.
3 wide. 5th on back here as the 18 truck of Shaco Ray has a big moment there going through turn 1. We're going to be 4 wide down the back chute here.
Oh, we have a crash down the back chute. Couple, in fact. Garrett Pick hard of the field under caution. Caleb Johnson was the cause with the caution turnaround, but Garrett Pick, he gets turned around as the yellow flag waves offset 4.
Wow. We will have to get an eye. We're going to have to probably watch about 6 replays. It's a good thing this track is big and we've got time, because I don't even know what just happened there.
Yeah, cause of the caution was at the back of the pack and around the edge of the teens, but this was even bigger. This caution comes out here, and then Snyder, touch bit of contact, offset 4 wide as Pick ricochets into the field.
Looks like Pick might have checked up there. I'm not sure, but the trucks behind him did not. Like you said, they were already 4 wide. A lot of trucks collected in this one, unfortunately.
Pick already out of the race for obvious reasons. Take a listen. Absolutely wasn't expecting it, and that ends up collecting at least 5 different drivers. You've seen the cause of the initial caution was in the backdrop there too. That was in the battle for 15th, but even bigger contact in the heart of the top 10 collects at least 4 different drivers with meatball flags, including Johnson, Lawn, Strickland, and Pick.
Man, that's a big hit. A lot of trucks out early here.
We'll see if anybody elects to try some strategy here, but we've ran a grand total of about a lap and a third under green. We'll see if anyone thinks about it. It is pretty significant tire fall off after so many laps, and it looks like most drivers who stayed out of the incident will stay out of pit road at least. First pit stops 15th on back here, including those with the incident. Rick English with damage, also Ben McDonald. Dakota Lawn still coming down. We'll take a quick step aside as we are under caution for the second time. The big one strikes out of turn 1 here at Pocono.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back to the Maconi Fixed Series, live from iRacing's virtual Pocono Raceway. It's the first top split of the week, and we're under caution already on lap 8. 2 cautions, and at least 3 more drivers out of the race because of the big one striking out of turn 1 after offset 4 wide as the caution waved for an incident at the back of the group. In result, Garrett Pick, Peyton Strickland, and more collected. One of those who just got through it, picked up some damage either way, Jameson Rodriguez. He is the 10 truck. He had to dodge a couple of them, in fact.
Rodriguez just squeezing through this hectic melee. He said took out quite a few trucks. Out early, not even 10 laps in.
And very lucky that the damage his drive-through, that went right to the windshield. He did pick up some right fender damage. That's where the damage got picked up for Rick English. That's going to put him down to the straightaways. Aerodynamics are important here. You damage the truck, you're down straight line.
Huge impacts on your downforce and your aero ability is just keeping the trucks clean early on. And we've got a lot of trucks with a lot of damage early, so we'll have to see how it plays out. You know, if we get a long green flag run, a lot of these slower trucks might end up being in the way. As we're getting ready to come out of turn 3, come back to the green. Let's see if we can try this again.
To reset your top 5, it's Schaefer, it's Huggins, it's Garza and Culp and Wesley Parker, one of the Team Corgi entries, along with Shackle Ray's team. Up to 5th, Shackle Ray, by the way, got shuffled to 7th after the initial squeeze for 2nd before. Green flag is out, back underway. We're already blocking to go 3 wide. Snyder gets shuffled to the top in the back of the group.
Almost 4 wide back here in the group.
Oh,
Diving into turn 1.
They are 4 wide. Do they know it? Yes, indeed. Shackle Ray avoids contact. Give and take with River Page as Page nearly got squished up to the wall with Snyder.
See if we can get through turn 2 this time. Oh, almost wrecked right there. Big door slam.
Oh, and here we go
Loose.
again. Joyner yet again. Arrow taking off the spoiler. Now a big block. River Page trying to block down to the apron. Jabo trying to just get through it cleanly and quickly as he wraps the bottom of the racetrack. Here's Joyner all the way back to 11th.
Absolute bee's nest back here. Absolute chaos. We're snaking down the front stretch now as we've got our first complete lap under green.
Still have 16 laps to go here at this one. Now this is where it can get tricky to make passes. It can be multi-groove in turn 1. It's obviously single file after that point here, Jeremy. Because if you're not single file by the tunnel turn, usually somebody has a bad time.
You can do it as long as you got the right drivers around it, but like you said, it is mostly a single lane groove as we got drivers now 3 wide to the short chute coming into turn 3.
David Snook getting bumped around. River Page 3 wide with Joyner. Snyder getting pushed around. Now they go offset 3. Good give of space there as River Page takes the hole and moves up as they continue to snake up front.
Now I've got 2 laps under our belt, under green. Drivers kind of starting to find their positions here, trying to get single file. Just almost 3 wide here off of turn 1. See if we can keep it clean. Looks like so far so good. River continues to get cleaned up. Looks like the first 6 trucks are starting to pull away.
Taking a look at Schaefer up at the very front of the field, just trying to maintain the rhythm. The problem's going to be some people are good in 1 and 3, some not so much for turn 2, or even better so good in turn 2. Right now, Schaefer really overdriving these corners compared to what Huggins is doing in the draft.
And I tell you what, I don't have much experience as a leader, but I do know it is hard to gauge what you want to set for pace when you've got a draft and track like this. As you can see, try everything you can, but we're going to be 2 wide into turn 1 for the lead.
Huggins trying to wrap the O line. Gets along to the door, to the numbers. Just can't get the run yet as he goes for the side draft. Oh, that's wow. Yet again in the backdrop, by the way. Ryan Joyner is not making friends. He just got shuffled again. Huggins on the side draft for the race lead in through turn 2.
Through turn 2, coming to turn 3. No turn 4 here. Still side by side. We got another player in here. Ian Culp. He wants to play. Can he pick a driver? Or is he going to go 3 wide? Is he going to want to help one of these drivers? As we get a slight contact for the lead coming out of turn 3 down the front stretch.
Momentum now goes top line. And now it goes draft breakup at this point. Culp able to zip to 2nd. Huggins lifts to get to 3rd. And one of his EPI teammates not playing as fun as may have expected. Garza goes alongside of the backdrop. That allows Schaefer to be able to reset.
Like you said, EPI teammates were side by side going in turn 1 there. That was extremely close. Good thing they were teammates because they made it work. Hopefully they got some familiarities next to each other as we were 2 wide behind them coming through the tunnel turn. Making it work. Looks like the 2nd group of trucks is just kind of hanging back there. These front runners kind of seem to be in their own area code as they got about a 2-second gap over Shackle Ray.
Still coming up to 12 laps to work with on the racetrack. We've got trouble. River Page is loose. He gets in a Snyder, loops it around. Caution flag is out.
Might have been a slight door contact. Somebody got loose coming off of turn 3. Looks like no harm, no foul after the spin. Let's take a look here shortly as we get a caution right at halfway for this race. We're going to see any tire chances, or is everybody going to want to stay out?
Definitely a pit stop when we had a second crash before the caution. Let's see the reason for the yellow. Watch what happens from behind into 3.
Just headed in, tries to get off the gas. Looks like the truck's behind him. We're driving a little bit deeper than he was.
That was Joyner, as then it leads to a bunch of contact off of Snyder. And for the third time, we're under caution. By the way, as that happened, Jameson Rodriguez got turned by Rick English into the wall. So this is one of 2 incidents in the span of about a corner and a third.
Was it another incident after the yellow again?
Before the yellow.
Before the yellow, okay.
That's why there's that smoke there. And then Page, after getting roughed up, way loose.
Not sure if maybe got that right rear upset, getting slid around there. Might have take a look at Jameson Rodriguez here.
I almost wonder if this is a similar situation here to this. Watch the truck from behind English. It's going to be right about entry. Oh, he got in the wall, that's why.
Heavy contacts with the rear end there. That's going to definitely hurt that rear aero for sure.
Interestingly enough, Dakota Lawn may have just popped a motor or something. He just picked up a meatball flag for the second time this race. So, not sure what happened there. He, remember, was involved in the big one. And then all of a sudden picked up the meatball flag during this caution.
Looks like we're having some pit road games. Everybody's pitting, looks like.
Here we go. One more tire set available for drivers in the pits after this. Who takes 2? That's the question. We've ran about 5 laps under green.
2 right sides. Might not be a bad gamble right here if we're trying to do something different. Try to keep that track position. That arrow, it's going to be key, keeping your truck up front.
At least 2 missed their stalls. River Page was one of them. The other one already in the box, already off and away. 2 tires, Huggins, Parker. Schaefer the first on 4. Everybody else took 4 tires and fuel to be able to balance their trucks with less than 10 laps to go. So Wesley Parker is the one who gains the most spots out of that strategy call there. The race leader takes the 2 to keep control of the race lead. Or
I think he took 4.
Or I should rather rephrase, Huggins, who was second, takes control of the lead on the 2 tires.
I'm honestly surprised more drivers did not take 2 tires. Like you said, only about 5 laps of green flag racing. And not too hard racing either. These trucks that have maybe spun out a couple times, so I could definitely see them needing 4 tires. But we seem to be losing quite a few cars here too. Looks like Rodriguez just left as well after his spin.
That leaves us with about 18 on the lead lap here. Let's check in on J-Bo, one of the championship competitors for a couple seasons now in this series. He is currently up, the Twitch streamer is, to 7th. Very quiet race. He was battling hard in the second pack when the leaders broke away during that long run. And it looks like Shaka Ray saying hello.
Shaka Ray with a little nudge as we are getting the 1 to go signal. Pace car lights are off. We're going to have 8 laps to go when we come back around to the green flag. Let's hope we can get some more green flag racing in so we can have more green flags and caution laps. But the way it's been going, cautions have been the name of the game. See if the 2 tires can play out for the 2 trucks that I believe took the 2 tires.
So Huggins is going to be the control truck here. Then you have the Team Corgi entry of Wesley Parker, Speed Ranch Machine Schaefer. Then Ian Cole rounds out the top 4. Adam Garza back to 5th. Jonathan Evans, one of the drivers from the Area Truck Series, in 6th. Jabo O'Ray. How about Quincy Dodge up to 9th? David Snook. So for Quincy Dodge, the 21 truck in sim, 23rd to 9th is very impressive. No troubles all race for the 21 truck.
Sometimes you gotta be clean and at the end. Obviously, it seems to be working right here for the 21 truck. Like you said, started there pretty deep and just working his way methodically. Probably seeing some pretty crazy things starting that far back, but with coming to 8 laps to go, put himself in a good position to have a good night.
And one of the first times Quincy Dodge making his name really known on the platform here. We'll see how this goes for this restart though. Clouds are starting to come in. Darkness really starting to settle on in. No lights here at Pocono. We'll see how this goes. And of course the next 8 laps to decide it. So it's Huggins, it's Parker on that front row. To the restart zone, green. Back underway. Clean launch for the leaders. Huggins already clear.
2 tires. The trucks that start in the front row. Already a lot starting to happen. Like you said.
Oh, trouble!
Oh.
Getting turned around hard of the field. Ryan Joyner. And the 19 truck gets turned around for the caution flag. And that is the end of the exciting run that was Ryan Joyner's race.
Joyner, I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but kind of seemed to be in everything tonight. Check a look at this replay.
Yeah, look at some aggressive moves to go 3 wide middle. Matt Cherry on the outside. Oh, there was definitely some air involved.
Quincy Dodge, we were just talking about, dodged one right there.
And whop into the wall. Hard contact that breaks the front nose off. That's going to take him out of the race. Ryan Joyner had got it bounced around a fair bit today. And now he's going to take the trailer and take it out of the racetrack. So, under caution again here, Jeremy. It's been a wild one. Now it's going to be a wild finish. Now it seems to settle in. Let's take a break. We'll touch upon more after this.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
A wild one here for the Maconi Fixed Series to start off Pocono week. Coming up to 5 laps to go, we're under caution for the 4th time after several big incidents as of late. Last caution, Ryan Joyner turned around with help of some air, and now we look to see who's able to find a run with about 4 to go when we get back racing, Jeremy. It's been a wild one, as was pointing out before the break.
Like you were saying, it's been a wild one. It's going to be a wild finish. We got these 2 trucks in the front row with just 2 race side tires trying to strategize, stealing the win here. It's been quite the evening. Jacob Snyder kind of finding himself right here back in 15th. Hopefully he can have a good run and get himself safely through the field with these few laps to go. It's been definitely crazy, and I don't even know what to expect on this restart.
It's been extremely crazy is a better way to phrase it so far. Jacob Snyder's had a bunch of hits out the side of his door so far. He'll start towards the tail here. Also amongst those that looks to get racy here, the one truck, that's Adam Garza. He's been a contender for the top 5. He's right now 3rd out of those on the 4 tires coming up here. 4th, I should say. Onside Evans, you see already just trying to put some heat on those tires.
Garza, one of our points contenders, trying to capitalize and have a decent night, especially with all this chaos going on. We'll be coming to the green, like you said, with 4 laps to go. Can he hang on? I believe we get 1 attempt at a green-white checkered.
Correct.
Hopefully we don't have to use it.
We'll see if that ends up coming into play here or not now. Down to 16 trucks on the lead lap running as we get ready for this restart. Logan Powers, who is involved in the first caution, has fixed just about all the damage on the 13. The back already. Perrin Huggins preparing for the restart zone. A quick restart box once again here at Pocono. 4 laps to go here in the Maconi Fixed Series to start off the week at Pocono. Pace car off, green flags out. Inside line with a great jump, and they're 3 wide already.
3 wide per second, great start by Huggins. He'll let them battle it out, because it'll help him pull away. Those 2 tires, needs that track position.
That's Evans trying to wrap the bottom, trying to give the pinch. Evans slams the door in front of Schaefer. Already 3 wide, heart of the field still. All of that's while Wesley Parker's jumped back to 2nd, trying to break the toe with Huggins.
2 tires hanging out up front, pulling away. Pit strategy might work for these 2 drivers. Is it 3?
Caution.
Oh.
River Page getting turned around. Jabo involved in the back of the group. More drivers spinning around as we're under caution. Logan Powers makes contact in 3 with Rick English as well. Tempers are flaring, and this will very likely bring us to green-white checkered territory.
I jinxed us. I brought it up. Gonna have quite a few replays to look at. I think we had 2 incidents on that one again.
We'll see what happened here in a moment, but aggression's been high. Yet this was the second part as that collected the 24.
24 was involved in the first part of it somewhat, just trying to avoid it, so it all makes sense now.
Take a look at this in the heart of the field, though. It'll happen 3 wide.
Man, quite the chain of reactions right there. Just about 4 cars, all bumpers got hooked together.
And a hard crunch to the neck lid. and very likely out of contention for this race. Already has towed it. English, not a meatball flag, but a lengthy tow to the truck. So green, white, checker territory to be triggered this upcoming time by. Again, if we take the white flag, it's a race simply to the checker flag. If we get a caution before the white flag, it ends under yellow. It's quite simple, but it will very well be a green, white checker. Jabo involved in that incident. And once was having to come in for repairs late.
Probably some pretty lengthy repairs as well. This track, like you said, very aero sensitive, and with just a few laps to go, to try and get what they can get fixed. Maybe throw some fresh tires on there and make some moves. Like you said, quite a bit of damage on some of these trucks.
Looks like at the very least to also get a chance to take a look at what happened while we get some of the repairs done to the truck. Plenty of time to do so. And again, we still have the broadcast on iRacing social media platforms going to be on Wednesday. A lot being learned here. The two tires is really working out right now.
And honestly, I'm not surprised because, like you said, before that caution and that pit stop, we only had about 5 to 6 laps on these tires anyways under green flag conditions. So like I said, when more trucks did not take 2, this is exactly what I was talking about. But we're gonna have a green white checkered. We'll have to see if these front runners that were pretty much up front can get past these trucks that have 2.
Reminder of the upcoming schedule. We are at Lucas Oil on July the 15th to start off the week. Coverage will be on iRacing social media platforms on the Wednesday to be able to see how things go. It'll be a short track race, Jeremy. That will be throughout next week. The short track racers definitely going to have some fun.
Lucas Oil is a blast. Indy Week is also a blast. I'm sure these drivers will enjoy the short track instead of this long pond stuff. It's definitely a long time around these tracks like this with these trucks.
And remember, it's RTP week. Pocono gets to go 60 laps for the second round of the eNASCAR Road to Qualifying iRacing Series. And they have the exact same amount of tire sets to work with for that race. In our words, Jeremy, it's going to be a similar box compared to what we see in fixed, but with double the laps.
Hopefully double the less amount of caution laps, because it definitely becomes a little taxing. But if we look at this Wesley Parker, he started 14th, find himself up here in second. Definitely started a little bit farther back than most and making some hay. Quincy Dodge right back here in 8th, started 23rd, making hay after that really close incident there about 2 cautions ago. This will be our one and only green-white checkered attempt.
And the 2 tires are still 1 and 2 on the racetrack. What will drivers do to win this race? We're about to find out in about 30 seconds. We're down to grand total of 15 runners on the racetrack. We started with 24. Will all of them make it to the checker flag? And who will pick up the victory in the first top split race of the week here at Pocono?
I'd say about 8 of those trucks have no damage. A lot of contenders. This big draft's going to lead for some exciting racing going to these turns. Pace car's getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn. Let's go, JP.
It's time to find out how tonight's race plays out. The first top split race of the week at Pocono. Green flag is out. Good launch from the second row. Huggins trying to figure out who to block. He tries to block Schaefer to the apron again. Huggins holds on to the race lead off to turn 1.
Deja vu from the first start to the, I would say, last start, I guess, of the race, as we're side by side out of turn 1 for the lead. Can the 2 tires hold off?
Let's find out with the 2 tires getting the momentum high side. It's still two tire calls, 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Evans outside, contact for the lead. Wesley Parker moves Parrot Huggins. Now Schaefer tries to move Wesley Parker. 3 wide for the race lead. Coming up to the white flag, this time by Parker makes contact with Schaefer. Outside for Jonathan Evans. He goes back in a line, coming to the white flag, this time by as they go 3 wide in the back.
We've got battles all over the track. We got 3, 4 wide everywhere. This three truck battle up front, though, is going to be crazy this last lap. Huggins is definitely not going to be happy after that move. As we're side by side for second going into turn 1. Let's take it to the finish.
Right now the battle's on more so for second than it is for the lead. Parker bouncing off the side of Evans. 3 wide in the Hornet's Nest, all while Schaefer tries to close it out. Spin at the back of the group for Matt Cherry. Through the tunnel turn for the final time. Can Evans find a way to close the gap to the Monster Designs machine? Breaking the draft is Schaefer. One more lunge for Evans. He tries to back it up for the run. Tries to get the diamond. Schaefer comes out of turn 3. He'll do it. He'll take the first top split race of the week here at Pocono.
What a finish.
And tempers, they be up-flaring yet again. But in the end, it's the number 3 truck in Sim is able to get the race in their way today. Evans rounding out the top 2. Wesley Parker still held on to 3rd.
Schaefer, who started second, pretty much up front, finished it first. Only needed that one position, and he found it.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the results as they get ready to celebrate in down the front straightaway. Chase Schaefer zooming his way there. Picked up the win today over Jonathan Evans, Wesley Parker, David Snook, Jacob Snyder. Your top 5, Ben McDonald from Tech Issues to 6th. Adam Garza, Ian Colton, Huggins, Page, your top 10 as the celebration starts.
Quincy Dodge started pretty deep. I believe it was 23rd. Was really up there in the top 10 for most of the race there. Just one spot out. My pick, Shaq O'Ray there, 12th. Logan Powers was 13th, the number 13. Justin Botello there in 14th. Matt Cherry was 15th. 16th was Rick English, as he was our first car not on the lead that, plus 6 there. Brian Joyner seemed a pretty eventful night, was 17th. Dakota Long, 18th. Jameson Rodriguez was 19th. Caleb Johnson, 20th. Rounding out the field here, the last 4 positions. Spencer Koswick there, 21st. Josh Kosek, 22nd. Peyton Strickland was 23rd. And Garrett Pick, 24th in the final position.
Celebrations on the front straightaway. Him and River Page having a lot of fun with it. They burn it down here on Maconi Entertainment, as in the end it's Chase Schaefer who picks up the win here at Pocono. We'll let them race backwards around the tricky triangle. When we come back, post-race coverage continues. You're watching Maconi Entertainment.
You want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Virtual Pocono for more coverage of the Maconi Fixed Series here on iRacing and Maconi Entertainment. Justin Prince with you, Jeremy Briggs, DJ Lyon, our producer for tonight. Jeremy, first things first, your final thoughts on tonight.
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say it was just a little bit messy, but I'm just happy that these drivers gave us a good finish and made the race happen. And I'm excited to see how it happens next week for these drivers.
Yeah, next week, when we see the racing intensify, Lucas Oil, also known as IRP, what do you think about IRP?
I'm sure these drivers are going to be happy to be back on a short track with these trucks, because a track like this, just a draft that makes a lot of things happen, like we saw there at the end of the race. But I'm excited to watch these drivers next week at Lucas Oil.
And remember, when it comes to that series, if you want to race in this series, it's better phrasing, well, there's a race starting in 3 minutes. Every hour, 15 minutes past the hour, you can jump onto the racetrack and race the Maconi Fixed Series. Once again, it will switch over to Lucas Oil next week. On that note, though, it's time to say goodbye. I'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight, as well as our race sponsor, Maconi Setup Shop, here from Pocono. Calling the action tonight was myself, Justin Prince, alongside the booth tonight, Jeremy Briggs. DJ Lyon was our producer. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's racing action. I hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to the entire staff and bring this racing to you from Pocono. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time when we go top split racing again. This time on iRacing social media platforms this Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. We'll see how the S.O.F race works out from the Tricky Triangle.